recording. All right, so I did make slides, but they are not super awesome, so don't hold that against me. But all right, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the income side of things, and I already pre-warned a couple of gals on here. For those of you that are newer, some of this information might totally overwhelm you, totally be over your head. I remember when I first started coaching, I didn't know any of this, and I jumped on my first call that talked about income and rank and volume, and I just sat there like, I just want to help people get in a challenge group. Like, I don't know what my left leg and right leg and strong leg and weak leg. So my hope is that I could kind of break this down for you. But then also those of you that have been coaching for a while and you're ready to kind of make that leap to make more of an income and to understand how, well, basically what it all comes down to is getting challengers, getting Success Club, and then recruiting coaches to do that. And that's where that comes into play. So before that though, I was trying to come up with, and before like an hour ago, I had one thing on this list of just announcements or things, but today's the last day to buy your summit ticket. I believe you save, what did they say on the National Makeup Calls? $80 with the price that it is now. So $130 is what that lowest price is. I have a hotel room. Julie has one, and I believe Maria was going to get one today too. So we will have plenty of room for you to get that ticket. If you are, I think most of you are from around Iowa or nearby. We drove this past year. It's in Indianapolis. We drove, and so we'll do that again next year. I think it was pretty cheap to fly into if you bought your tickets well enough ahead of time, and that kind of thing. So last day to do that. We have rooms and everything. Only 365 days until Summit next year. Not that we're counting, but this past month it was really good. It was really a lot of people said it was their best summit ever, and I felt that way too. I felt like it was a really good sounding board for me personally, just to kind of get back on track and all those kind of things. So if you are interested or you want some more information about that really quick before that price drops, they will do different specials and sales throughout between now and the end of the year, or before it starts again. So don't think, oh my gosh, I don't buy my ticket now, I can't. But they will do different promotions, but this is the lowest price it will be. So it's July 11th through the 14th of next year. Also, with compliance. So I got an email last week, and then I got a notification that Maria got an email today. So I just wanted to say something so everybody knows. But the email I got from compliance, so they must just be doing like random sweeps or whatever. But I got the email saying, we've noticed Kevin Cooper is using your credit card, blah, blah, blah. Like, is this right? And then Maria got one for, Paul is using your credit card, and that's for Dad. So you can have you plus two. So like you, and then you can have two other people on your same card. So I've been always told it's you plus two, so you can run two other accounts. So when I emailed back to compliance, I said, well, yes, that's my husband. I run his account, blah, blah, blah. They flagged me and they said, you can't run your husband's account. It has to be him. You can assist him, but it has to be him that runs it. So I emailed back. I'm like, well, yes, that's what I meant. Like, we just use the same card for tax purposes and blah, blah, blah. So then I had to go into his email in and confirm, and then they added him to my list, which he already was, but anyways. So I quick messaged Maria and told her, I'm like, make sure you don't say that you run your dad's account, even though I've been told for 3 years that you can run your account plus a spouse or a family member, and two other accounts. So if you have a spouse account registered or a parent or something like that, just know that you are helping them run their account, or you're running your business together, but you can have two other people on your same credit card. Compliance might just email you, that kind of thing. It's just easier to keep track for me, to keep track of all of our business fees and purchases and everything if we're using the same card. But just know, if you get that email, don't freak out. I think they're just doing kind of a sweep of all that stuff. So if you have a question, just let me know. Or you get that email, let me know. If you're my personally sponsored coach, I'll get copied in that email. So I'll see that you get it and stuff like that. So I had that pit in my stomach because they're like, if he's not running his account, we'll cancel him. That's what they told me. But I've been told since day one, you can have, yeah. So anyways, if you get that, just check with me before you email them back, or don't worry too much about it. So with the Lift 4 group, I just thought of this because I was going through my notifications and saw it in here. So what I've been doing is when somebody purchases the kit or anything with Lift 4 Early Access, I've been trying to shout them out in the group. So once you, or if you already have people that purchase, go ahead and just shout them out, tag them in a post, say welcome to the group, are you ready, are you excited? That does a couple things. That makes them feel welcome, like they're excited to be there. It looks like a big group right now. I'm sure we'll lose a bunch at the end of the week. But then it also kind of gives that FOMO feeling to other people, because I know for me, if I was in a group and I saw that all these people were purchasing, I'd be like, oh, I need to go. I need to purchase. So go ahead and do that. If you have people that have already purchased and they're in the group, shout them out. You can do it tonight or tomorrow or whatever. But I'm just, as soon as they're purchasing, I'm announcing them in the group. So that way they feel welcomed, and then everybody else kind of sees that more people are purchasing. If your people that you've added into that Lift 4 group have not purchased by Sunday at 8, please remove them from the group. And if I need to make you an admin, I will do that. I know, I think I'm right now the only admin. So if I know that you've been adding people in, I will make you an admin so you can remove them. But let's do that by 8 o'clock on Sunday night. And then I plan on just messaging all of them and saying, hey, like, you haven't purchased yet, so I'm going to remove you from this group. If you change your mind and you want to, start the program with us, we'll add you back in. So I might do some kind of giveaway between like maybe Friday and Sunday, like at that 8 o'clock time, to see if we can get a few more people to jump in. But other than that, we'll just get started and rocking and rolling and all that good stuff. I'll change the name of the group too, so it's not the before, it'll be the actual Lift 4 thing, and all that stuff. So if you have questions on that, just hop them in the chat as well, and we can talk about those at the end. Sorry, I got Cambry in here with me again. And then, so the Diamond Daily. So I had a thought today, because I don't want to just quit that, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. You don't necessarily need to right now because you're in new coach training. But I don't want to just leave that, but I don't want you guys to have to like print 6-7 sheets of paper every week. So what I'm going to do, and I didn't get to it today, but I'm going to make you like a checklist, like a power hour sheet, kind of like the one that I have, like this. And I'll have all the Diamond Daily tasks and then like just name the weeks. So then you can just cross it off, and you can still add your picture to, I'll make a new image and stuff and put it in the team page. But that way you just have to print one sheet of paper or write one sheet of paper. I think, Andrea, I noticed, I think you did that when you were writing it. You just had like all the days, you didn't do like 6 separate sheets of paper. So if you guys want to continue that, if you like having that motivation or that accountability, I will create that checklist tomorrow and share that in the group, and then I'll make a new graphic for the new week. You can start adding into that. All right, let me check this real quick. You actually save, you save a lot more money. 135, 165. Did they email you too, Andrea, about that? Yeah. They must just be doing like a big sweep of things. So I don't know.
Okay,
don't come and say what I said, because
I was weird and like signed a new, like just a customer account up like forever ago with my same name. And like, I don't know why, like I just did it when I first started, and they caught that one from like a year ago.
Yeah.
So I did, but I was like, it's just a customer. I ordered it for like my roommate or whatever. And blah, blah, blah.
They
So
must just be bored.
Yeah, and the same thing with like, I got one email just like to warn everyone about, if you talk about income with Beachbody, you have to have that statement at the bottom, or they get really pissy with you.
Yeah, definitely. And I know some groups, like I think Julie told me she had one of her groups, it said like Lift 4 or To Be Mindset or something, and they caught that on Facebook too. So, but one of the meetings we had at Summit is that they don't want, like, compliance doesn't want to be they don't want to be the bad guys. They're just doing the things that they need to do to save the company's butt and stuff. So I understand that. I wanted to make you guys aware of that in case you got that email as well too. So, all right. So let's talk income. Let's talk year-end goals and income-wise where you want to be. And so one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this was because, like I said, like I've said in the past, every month I set myself an income goal. And for the longest time, I would just like randomly pull out a number. I'm like, oh, I want to make X amount of money this month. But I didn't really start trying to figure out how to get to that point until last year when I left teaching and I was like, okay, this is like legit. Like this has to be, my income has to be here. How do I make that happen? And so really breaking it down and looking at my volume on each leg. Where's the weak leg? Where's the strong leg? Where are my coaches that are working? Where am I going to place people as they sign up as discount coaches, and so on. And so today when I shared this in the team page, and some of you might not have seen this, and that's okay. So what do you want to earn weekly? So some of you, maybe you put $300 that you would like to earn weekly. And this is just your team cycle bonus. This is not commissions in terms of what you sell. And so this calculator was shared with me at a conference a couple of years ago. But this is really great because you put this number in, and actually I'm going to pull it up. So this is really great because you can actually plug in like how much it is that you want to make. Oops. And then it tells you, okay, so you have to cycle 16 times and have this amount of volume built up on your legs in order to earn $300 a week with just your team cycle bonus. And I'm going to break that down. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But I will share this, or I shared this in the team page. If you did not see this, I can get it to you as well. But that just breaks it down and shows you how much volume that you need. So what is the team cycle bonus for the newer coaches? And some of you that maybe you don't even, maybe you just see you have that, you're not even really sure what it is. So this is part of your weekly income. This is not including your commissions or your sales. So this is strictly based on your team and the coaches that are producing, or where you're signing up discount coaches and where you're cycling, and if you're on your coach's strong leg or weak leg. So what you need in order to cycle is 300 PV total. So you're going to have 200 on one leg and 100 on the other. That's one cycle. So you have your right leg, you have your left leg. It doesn't matter if where the volume comes from. You just have to have 300 total, and that's one cycle. There's nothing that you have to do to earn that money. That's just what Beachbody gives you for accruing that much volume. So as an Emerald coach, which is having one discount coach and one discount coach on each leg, they're both active, Emerald rank, you earn $14 a cycle. So you have that 300 volume, you cycle once, Beachbody just gives you the $14, right? There you go. That's what you get for your team for building the volume. So max though, the cap at that Emerald level is $250 a week. So as an Emerald coach, you have the potential to make $250 a week. If you did that every week, annually, you would earn $13,000 just from your volume that has built up from your discount coaches and your coaches. And then there's Ruby in between, but I just skip over Ruby because if you're Ruby, like, you should be Diamond. That's just how that rank works. So as a Diamond coach, you can earn $18 per cycle, and you have the cap to earn $2,000 a week just from Team Cycle bonus. So not including any commissions, not including signing up so many coaches, you get the Fast Start bonus. Like, that is just your Team Cycle bonus. You did that every week, your annual income just from your team aspect would be $104,000. Pretty sweet, right? That would be awesome. That would be great. So how do we get there? How do you build up to this making $2,000 a week, building up that much volume on your legs? You actually cycle daily and this is the part where my mind starts to get blown, where I'm like, holy moly, okay? But you actually cycle daily. So people, you're getting leads, people are purchasing, so there's just a continuous cycling that's going on. You can actually cycle 96 times in a day. So 96 times 18, like you could hit your cap within just one day, but you continue to cycle. Whatever you don't use, though, you carry over. So let's say, back up here to this 300 PV example. Let's say you have 200 and 200. 400 total. You take that 300 for your one cycle. That 100 that you have left over goes into your carryover volume. It goes into your bank, and it stays there until you need it again. I'm going to talk a little bit more about carryover volume in a little bit, but just know that if you don't use all your volume, that's okay. You carry it over, because a lot of you are probably on or have a weak leg or a strong leg. And a strong leg is usually the leg that you're on of your coach, of your upline. And then the weak leg is where you don't have that volume coming in from them. So for example, my strong leg has good working coaches that are constantly adding people to their network. They're constantly hitting Success Club. So I have all this volume that just keeps banking and banking and banking, okay? All right, so hang on just a second. Okay, so what's the difference between TV and PV? And so TV is what actually gets you that team cycle bonus. Okay, so your PV is your personal volume. So when you bought Lift for Early Access, that was PV. That was your personal volume. And also the volume from customers, not discount coaches, customers. So even if they don't want to coach and they sign up as a discount coach, that doesn't count. It's customers and then you and your personal order. So that is the PV. That determines your status, whether you're active or inactive, and that also goes for your qualifications. So to be an Emerald coach, which is that one discount coach, Emerald rank, you have to have 90 PV to be active. If you're already getting Shakeology and or the performance line, so usually that's not a problem. As long as you're getting Shakeology every month, you are good to go there. As a diamond coach, you need 100. So usually you have your Shakeology, and then you should have a customer order or a lead order, and that will get you what you need, okay? Opposite of that, though, is TV or team volume, and that's determined by your coaches, your discount coaches, your working coaches, and their customers. So, for example, Julie and her volume goes in for my team volume and her customers, but Andrea is a coach of hers, so like Andrea's volume doesn't count for my TV. Okay, it rolls up to Julie, but that's not part of my, it's like it has to be their customers. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully. Okay, so that is what calculates your team cycle bonus. And actually, scratch that last part. I think what I just said is not correct. I don't think that's correct. That doesn't make sense. I should still get volume from you. That doesn't make sense. Scratch what I said.
think so. So you get volume from all the coaches below. It's just, I don't know how it works, because that's how like Alyssa.
Yes. Yeah. Scratch what I said. That didn't make sense. And their customers should be everybody below them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Forget what I just said. All right. So what are some benefits then for being a diamond? So obviously you only cycle as an Emerald coach. So if you're just a coach, you're signing up customers, you are building your volume, but you don't cycle. You don't cycle until you're an Emerald. Some of the benefits once you get to diamond in terms of the team cycle bonus is you get a matching bonus. So of your personally sponsored coaches and their team cycle bonus, you get 10% of that. So of my personally sponsored coaches, whatever they accrue from that team cycle bonus, I get 10% of that. Again, there's nothing that I had to do for that. That's just kind of my reward for building a team and having working coaches, right? as a diamond coach, you're going to earn more. You're going to have a higher team cycle bonus. You're going to be having working coaches. So you're going to earn more. You have more coaches that are working. And this is your sounding board to really propel you forward and get you to that 2-star level, which those of you that are brand new coaches, right now I just want you to focus on getting to Emerald and getting to Success Club. And if you're a brand new coach on this call and you're like, whoa, I was just working on my coming out post, that's okay. We're going to talk about Emerald. We're going to talk about Success Club later this week, okay? But if you've been coaching for a couple months, you've been Emerald for a couple months, you want to get to Diamond as soon as possible, but you're also looking at getting to 2-star, okay? That really should be your goal. And I know that's scary and I know that's crazy because that means you're building 2 diamonds yourself, but here's why that needs to be your goal. You get to open your second business center. You get to open a second you. You have another business center that you can run. It means you're going to have a higher team cycle bonus because your coaches have coaches that are working. So right now, if you're sitting there as an Emerald, you're pushing for Diamond, you maybe have 1 or 2 other coaches that are signing people up. But if you're getting to Diamond, that means that your coaches have Emeralds who are working. So your team cycle bonus is going to be higher. Plus at that 2-star level, you get the 2-star bonus. And each quarter, what happens is Beachbody takes aside 2% of all the earnings that were from that quarter, and they divide that up into the different pools of 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and then 15-star. So the 2-star bonus typically is between $700 and $900 each quarter. And again, that is just money given to you for doing your job, for building a team, for getting to that rank, okay? So those of you that are, and I can see some of you on here, and I know some of you are on here that I just can't see you on the screen. But if you have been an Emerald for a while and you're pushing for Diamond, you got to get to Diamond, and then you're thinking 2-star. So who is going to get you to that point, especially if you're income driven, because this is going to open up and unlock that potential for you to place your second business center where it's going to help you with volume and team cycle bonus and all that good stuff, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Okay, so I pulled some of these from my back office today to try and give you an idea of what volume looks like, okay? So here is, on this top picture here, so this is my carryover volume from last week. Any guesses which leg is my strong leg? If you said left, you're incorrect. It's my right leg, okay? My right leg is obviously my strong leg. And so then the current week, don't worry too much about that because it's only Monday and the week ends on Wednesday. So there's my carryover volume. So you can see, and the crazy thing about this, you guys, and I have it on the next slide too, do not ever make the decision right now to never, ever, ever go inactive. Because the second that I go inactive, I would lose all of this volume. And I've actually calculated how much money I have sitting there because this just motivates me to work harder. So I have 181,000 points of volume sitting there. And this has been accruing since January of last year. So January 2017. Divide that by 200 because that is how much I would need for cycle bonus. No, that's not right. Hang on. $900. That's not right. No, wait, that is right. Okay, so 900, that's how many cycles I have times 18. So that's how much money I have sitting in my Beachbody bank right now, waiting to be used. Do you know what I could do with $16,000? I could do a lot. Okay, so do not ever make the decision right now. Log into your back office after this call, figure out how much carryover volume you have, and promise and vow to never go inactive. All right, so, but I will tell you, when I first started, my right leg was my weak leg. So my legs flipped. And some of you, I'm hoping I'm not losing you, but some of you, all you really have to do is go in and look at your volume and kind of pull this. And then this image right here, I wonder if I can make it bigger. Okay, so this image right here is my volume from the last couple weeks. So you can see there is my weak leg volume, there's my strong leg volume, and then just how it differs week to week, okay? But my left leg used to be my strong leg because that was the leg that I was on of my upline coach, all right? And then I got more working coaches on my right leg, and then it flipped. So now my left leg is my weak leg. So for me, anytime I have a new coach that wants to sign up, I'm placing them on my left leg because they're going to produce more volume and hopefully boost this number up to get my cycles higher. All right. Questions on that part? Is that, okay. Any questions on that? You can unmute yourself.
When you're first starting out, should you like even out your left and right, or should you just do like one, like just focus on one side and then move to the other when you feel like it's pretty like uneven?
That's a really good question. So what I would suggest doing in the beginning is really building yourself to a strong emerald. So by strong emerald, I mean having like 4 discount coaches on each leg. So you're at 4 and 4. Because what's going to happen is let's say you sign up your best friend and your sister and 2 friends from high school. And so you have 2 and 2. Well, let's say then the next month your friend from high school is like, well, I just don't really want to buy Shakeology this month. So they go inactive. In order to stay at that emerald, you've got to have at least 2 people, 1 on each leg, 1 on your left, 1 on your right, that are active. So I always feel good if I have, 4 and 4 on each leg. That way, if somebody goes inactive, you don't have to worry about, because if you drop to coach, then you don't cycle that week. And Libby, it kind of depends too, and we can pull up your volume and I can show you where that's at and then see, because you probably have some volume built up and you probably have 1 leg that has a ton of volume and 1 that doesn't. So once you get to that 4 and 4 point or 3 and 3, then you can start building people on your weak leg. So for example, I'll just be completely honest. So my right leg, you guys, is my strong leg. I have 4 active people on that leg. And then my left leg, my weak leg, I probably have 20. It's that uneven, but you can see my volume, especially like right here, my volume is that uneven. So definitely start out first and get to a solid base where you've got 3 active, and then that weak leg, because then you cycle more, and then you're going to make more. But you want to start with that solid base first. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right. So a couple other things really quickly, and then that's all I have, and then I'll answer any questions you guys have. But like I said, don't make the decision right now tonight that you're never going to go inactive again, because I don't even want to think about what would happen if I woke up and went inactive and lost all of that, And like I said, don't think that like that's been building since January of last year. So that's like 18 months worth of accruing and having carryover volume. But still, so make that decision to not go inactive, Shakeology every month, Performance Line every month, whatever it might be. And then when you hit a rank, hit diamond, hit 1-star, hit 2-star, whatever it is. Also, again, emerald, make that decision that you're never going to drop it. You're going to be continuing to add to your network, continuing to build, and you're not going to drop it, okay? That number right there is 7,200. So like I said earlier, as a 2-star, you get that bonus, and that's anywhere between $700 and $900 every quarter, so 4 times a year. From the time that I've hit 2-star to now, which has been over 2 years, this is how much money I've missed out on from not holding rank at 2-star. So I just did the numbers today, because when you really start thinking about this as your income or as your side income or whatever it might be, and you look at that number, like that just makes me sick thinking, oh, I could have that money in my account right now, you know, just because I couldn't hold rank at 2-star. Okay. So again, not that it's all about that, but it's just when Beachbody is giving you so much in terms of bonus and the team cycle bonus and all those kind of things, I just want you guys to know and understand how that works so you can maximize it and you can make the most possible. All right, let me check this out quick. Yes, on the do the same thing. Going active. Yes, Maria has that all the time. Like people, and that's the thing too, is like people will return stuff, and then that affects your volume. That's why it's so important to hit Success Club, because especially Success Club 10, because then you get the paid leads. Again, another just gift to you. So that what that means is when somebody randomly goes online and buys Shakeology, they get assigned to you and you get that commission and they're your customer and you get that volume. So that's one of the reasons why like getting to Success Club 10, helping 5 people should be your goal every month, just because you get those leads, you get that volume, all those kind of things. So, all right, I'm gonna stop my share so I can see everybody on here. All right, what questions do you guys have? Andrea, anything?
I'm just looking at my volume. I'm so like, okay, so I was dumb and like totally was spacing off. So all of my working coaches are on the same side. But yet that's my like weak leg.
Yep. See, and this is where it's hard. Eventually down the road, it will even out. But you kind of, you're at a point, especially you're at a point where you have to make a decision. Do you want to go for income or do you want to go for rank? Because it's like eventually they work together. But because for the longest time, like Hillary asked me, she's like, this was like 2 years ago. She's like, do you want to build for income or rank? And I was like, oh, I definitely am focused on the income. And she like looked at where everybody was placed and what I was doing. And she goes, you're building for rank. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was, because I was putting coaches in my second business center, which that's my second business center is on my strong leg. Kevin's on my strong leg. You guys saw that volume. It does me no good and that's why Kevin's not a diamond yet, because it does me no good to build him, because I have 180,000 volume sitting there. I need people to be on my weak leg. So having all of those working coaches on your weak leg, income-wise, isn't a bad thing. Yes, to get yourself to diamond and beyond, that kind of stinks. But, you know, if you have 5 coaches on that side and they're all strong emeralds getting to diamond, you might sit at 1-star or 2-star for a while, but your cycling is going to be higher. You're going to have more of that carryover volume, that kind of thing. So it's not a negative thing. It's just you kind of have to decide, you know, income is my main focus right now. I'm okay with not having that recognition with rank necessarily. I'm okay with clapping for myself every Thursday, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but theoretically, I should push for rank right now versus that, because I only have 1,200 on one side, so it's not like it's going to be huge. It's just 1,200 versus 67. So it would make more sense to push for rank and get up to diamond again, and then get people going and go 2-star, because then I have both going.
Right. Yep. And what I would do is just the next working coach that wants to sign up, I would put them on that other leg, you know, to try to get them to emerald and get or help them get to emerald, and then get yourself.
Yeah, and then I plan to start an account on. First time, I'm going to put my performance products on my boyfriend's coach account on the other side, so I can run that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I want to be diamond for the end of the month.
Help him run it. Help him run his account.
He said he wants to work out. It's fine.
It's fine. No, I know. I don't know if there's any way that they can prove that stuff. Anyways.
Well, even like Melanie does the same stuff. So.
Well, and that's what I was talking with my friend Lisa today. I was like, you can't tell me that all those coaches that are 15-star don't have themselves, their mom, their spouse, and their second business center. You know, it's just, I was just dumb and worded it wrong. And so, but yeah, that's why I messaged Maria right away. I was like, don't say this because I'm mad at you. So, but yeah. Awesome. Any other questions? Amanda, are you freaked out? No? Okay. I remember the first time I was ever on my call when they were talking about income, and I remember just being like, oh my gosh, I don't understand. I don't understand.
This is way easier than Amway.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you have 6 legs.
What?
You'd have 6 legs for that.
Oh gosh. No, 2 is good. I like 2. Well, there is like, you can put people on inside, outside legs and stuff. I don't ever do that because, yeah. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But
So, cross your fingers that Brittany goes Emerald/Success Club this month.
yeah,
Hopefully this week. She is reaching out like a boss, and I'm really proud of her. So
good.
hopefully Thursday I can celebrate.
Yes, I'm ready to do like tons of celebrations all the time.
I'm ready to like have our team rocking. Just like instead of like it always being like Alyssa's page, because there's so much, and she posts like excessive amounts of like her posts are like 16 paragraphs, and I can't read them.
I can't. Oh, I know. If you're a newer coach and you don't know what we're talking about, it's because I don't want to overwhelm you with all these pages. We have lots of pages and message threads and groups and all this stuff. But yeah. So what I would do is I would log in sometime between like, you don't have to do it tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday. Log into your account. Try to pull up your volume, and maybe I should even show you guys where to find this. Pull up your volume. Do I have it? Oh yeah. Okay, so you log in, go to your back office. All right. And so then you go monitor my business, and then team volume is where you're going to find your TV. And then this will show you what's on your left leg and what's on your right leg. So what I want you to do is do this sometime and then reach out to whoever your coach is and say, hey, this is my strong leg, this is my weak leg, or take a picture of what your volume is. And then we can help you figure out what's your strong leg, what's your weak leg. And then if you are just getting started and you're pushing to Emerald, we can talk about, where you're going to place some people, or if you are already in Emerald, maybe looking at, okay, solidifying that and getting that 2 and 2 or 3 and 3, and then, kind of a plan for building your weak leg and that kind of thing. So monitor my business, team volume. And then this is where you can go to carryover volume, and this is where you'll be able to see how much volume you have, and it shows you like after every cycle. All right. All right. Any other questions? It can be unrelated to income and volume too. Good, Maria? Awesome. Brittany, you good? Brittany Mason? Awesome. All right. I just love having calls. I do. Awesome. Although I'm not kidding. Every night she'll go to sleep. Because the last 2 Monday nights she's like this. I don't know. I don't know if it's because she can tell I'm like anxious about her trying to go to sleep or what. I don't know.
She's just being a shit. It's fine.
I'm wide awake. Time for bed. Maybe it's just
Okay, so I want to take a picture for my social media, so everybody have a good face. I don't want to capture anybody like looking crazy because I know that really sucks.
that's a good idea. Appreciate your. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, I